What's going on, guys? It's Josh here with Oh My Josh Tutorials, and just going to show you a nice little tutorial on a color change that I'm going to call the slide change. Now, as far as I'm aware, I actually made this change up. Never really seen it anywhere, but just to get right into the demonstration, we're going to give the deck a good shuffle. Either you or the spectator can do this. You can give it some cuts, things like that. Make sure it's nice and mixed up. We're going to go through and have the spectator choose a card. In this case, the 5 of diamonds. Now, what I like to do is go ahead and put the 5 back into the center of the deck, square it up nice and even. A lot of times you can give the deck a couple of overhand shuffles, some cuts, whatever you see fit to do, just to make sure we're being nice and fair. So in this case, we'll give it a couple of shuffles, and we'll go ahead and give it a couple of cuts as well. Now, at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to slide through the deck. We're going to find a card, and this is going to be, in this case, not your card, the 8 of diamonds. So we tried, we failed. Now, what I like to do in this case is, this is where the color change comes into effect, because, again, slide change, that's the name. We're going to go ahead and just kind of slide the card over, and you'll see it changes into the 5 of diamonds. Looks a lot better when we use like a black and a red or something obviously different. But if you want to learn how that works, just stick around, and we're going to go ahead and get into that right now. All right, now, this is the tutorial, and I want you guys to understand how this trick really works. There's a few different moves here that go into play. So you are really having them shuffle. You are really having them pick their card. In this case, for the tutorial, we're going to use the 9 of diamonds. This is the trick here. This is where we're going to slide the card. We want that card to be on the bottom of the deck. So we're going to push the card in at an angle. Now your hands are going to provide cover for this. You're not going to notice it. But see those two corners? What we're going to do is with our pinky and our first finger, we're going to straddle that card. Now this is their selected card. So we're going to straddle it like that. Using our right hand as cover, we're actually going to just pick up the deck very slightly, and it's going to cause that card to separate, and then we're going to drop it on the bottom. Now, that was an exposed view there. Just to kind of show you one more time here, we're going to put it back into the middle. We're going to slide it down. Now, that's what it looks like at real speed. Just to make sure we're getting it, we'll go through it one more time here. Now, we're going to take their card, again, the 9 of diamonds. We're going to slide it in, pushing the left corner first. It's going to cause that right-hand side to kick out, which is going to let you grab it with your pinky and your first finger. So now that you got a hold of it, you're going to, again, kind of just pick up with the rest of the deck. It'll cause it to slide out. And it is kind of angle sensitive, but you'll play around with it. You'll learn the right angles. It's not that angle sensitive, but it's enough to where you'll want to make sure you know what you're doing. Now here we go into the overhand shuffle. Now what I'm doing is I'm actually retaining that bottom card using my pinky, ring finger, and middle finger. And then I'm picking up the cards in front of it and causing, doing the actual motion of the overhand shuffle, just leaving that bottom card intact. So it's retention. It's a retention shuffle. It's what we call it. So we've retained the bottom card. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of swing cuts. We're just going to take small packets and put them in our left hand. As we set that bottom packet on top, we're going to put our pinky in there. And this is what Josh taught you guys last week on his tutorial. So again, we're going to put that in there. Now this is an exaggerated break, of course. Not going to use that big of a break, but we're keeping it because that's where the spectator's card is. So we got to keep that break. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and just push off some cards. So we're going to spread through, and when we come to where my pinky is blocking the cards aren't going to slide through anymore. So we know that card is their card. So we're going to get the one right above it. Now, keep in mind, we're going to keep that pinky break underneath just their card. So just the spectator's card, we're going to keep that pinky break, and we'll go ahead and flip over the card right above it, which is, of course, not the spectator's card. Now, at this point, we're going to grab both cards as one using the middle finger on our right hand, which is perfectly covered by the rest of the cards in the right hand, of course. But we're going to grab those two cards with that hand, and as we spread through the deck, All you're really going to do in this case, it's a fairly simple move, done at speed, looks really well in person. My personal opinion is it looks even better than on camera. You're sliding over, and as you slide over and it contacts that right edge, all you're doing is you're bringing the cards back together, and it causes those two to flip over with a force, leaving the indifferent card face down with the rest of the deck. So you're perfectly clean. Just to show it to you one more time here, we just slide over and then push back and flip those two cards as one. We'll do it one more time here with a court card, just to show you a bigger difference in the change from one card to the other. Again, same motion, slide over, flip back. Again, at full speed, looks a lot better. In person, looks a whole lot better, in my opinion. I really appreciate you guys sticking around for the tutorial. Please enjoy it. Use it if you'd like. Go ahead, give us a thumbs up if you would. Comment down below, like and subscribe, and we will see you again next time.